to start, I was having trouble with mine. I couldn't find a subject, I couldn't do anything, and I got angry, so I decided to check Facebook. And oh my, did Facebook drop the golden egg into my lap.
Amen.
This is my uncle's story. He lives in Alaska and he writes for a newspaper. And this, filled with grammatical errors and everything, is what he put in the newspaper. Okay? You go to Alaska, you find this article in the newspaper. Alright, let's rip it off fast like a Band-Aid. I've lived through President Ronald Reagan, President George H.W. Bush, President Bill Clinton, President George W. Bush, President Barack Obama. Side note, I also know for a fact that he had to change that. It said Barack Hussein Obama originally, but the newspaper wouldn't let him keep that. But never in my lifetime have I ever seen or heard of a president being scrutinized over everywhere he speaks, humiliated by the public to the point wanting to hurt someone, slander, ridicule, insulted, lie to, threatened to murder him, threatened to rape our beautiful First Lady, and have his children mocked and insulted. That's not a grammatical sentence, but okay. And humiliated. I'm truly ashamed of liberal leftists in this country. I'm ashamed of the ruthless, hateful, cruel, violent people with TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. He says that all the time. People with no morals who feel that they have the right to say and do what the vile, sick, and disgusting things they're doing. Also not a correct sentence. After they were elected and took the oath of office, every president was left alone. Voters got their own disappointment if their candidate lost. The media told the truth. Presidents prior to Donald Trump weren't vilified on news shows every day, chastied for word after word out of their mouth, disrespected, resisted, and pressured, those are capitalized, to do the opposite of everything they proposed, not being given support they needed. Enough is enough is enough. Leave the man alone and let him do his job for God's sakes. As said by Stormy Coleman, 2017. Oh my God. All right, let's get started. Let's just start with the beginning of it. He says that, we were scrutinizing the president and scrutinizing over every word. You say scrutinizing, I say examining like we do everyone, but whatever. That's using an angry word. We're supposed to feel bad for Donald. Then he goes on this big tangent of words, these angry words that make us feel bad. Oh, hate and rape, he makes sure to throw that in there, even though I've never heard of him. He goes to say, uses the generalization of liberal leftists. It's a wide generalization. It's saying that everyone who's a liberal leftist, you tried to rape the First Lady. Good job. Good job. Next to the term he uses is Trump derangement syndrome. Now they're sick and vile things. Again, there's a lot of generalizations. He generalizes anyone who disagrees with Trump. They have a mental illness, but not only that, but they're sick. They're horrible human beings. How dare you? He then goes on about how after everyone is sworn in, they're left alone. That's just false. That's blatantly false. We have examined every elected official since the beginning of time. We elect them. We examine every word they say. And yes, we might scrutinize it, but that's because it's their job. He's trying to push this image. If you're liberal, if you're leftist, you hate America. Which those two don't correlate to me. He's taking the claims of a few and he's putting it all in this group. He's saying that they're awful. And then voters getting disappointment, and that is not only a generalization, but that's also peer pressure. Well, I let it go when Obama won. No, you didn't. No, you did not. That is a lie, and you're trying to be like, well, every other voter in all the other presidencies, they just let it go. No, they didn't. There were riots in the streets. Let's see. He says that the media always told the truth, and presidents prior to him weren't vilified. He uses the word vilified. Basically, that's crap. He's not. Vilified is a very strong term. It's trying to make it seem like we're just sitting there with notepads, looking at every word he messes up, when in reality that's not what's being done. We're just looking at him, and we're examining these things we did, just like we've done to every president. It's nothing new. Let's see. Making it seem as though the news, since they're not telling the truth, that they're the bullies in this situation. I guess Fox News isn't the thing, but and it's lies, all of that. Let's see. Then we're using chastity. I can't say that word.
Chastity.
Thank you.
Chastised.
That one. It's again, that's another term. I had to look that up. I didn't know what that means. So basically, it's just the same thing as vilified. It's the same thing as every other word he's tried to use in this. The thing, I believe this came out right after everyone had the Kofifi situation came out, everyone's favorite. And we're like, no, see, you're the president. It's your job to have these statements in order and correct. And so that's what we're doing. We're not bullies. We just simply want our president to be a president and not some guy. We don't want him to be a mean kid with a magnifying glass, trying to take away things that we already had and trying to create a boogeyman out of everyone who's not him. And then he uses these words like, the caps. There's a lot of emotion behind those capitals. Boy, have we tell you. Basically, we disrespected and resisted and pressured him to do the opposite of everything they proposed. Where is that considered? He's pretty much done whatever he wanted. I'm pretty sure we had a Muslim ban for a while, but whatever. He's trying to paint this scene that we're fit-throwing babies in this situation. And all it is we're people who want answers. It's adding to all of these statements. You're not giving them the support that they needed. No, here's the thing. You put forth this bill or this law, and we said, no, we don't agree. Which, oh no, you don't agree? Well, that's kind of our job. We the people, it's our job to disagree. Again, if you're leftist, you're a liberal, or you have a hate for Trump, apparently you're an insufferable bigot. That's all he's trying to say, which that's marginalizing everything. It's a generalization, and it's not correct. And that is my report on Stormy Coleman.